Video 12's useOptimistic hook flips a checkbox instantly, then reconciles with the server. Test it in isolation. Check one box, watch it toggle, and it works perfectly. But chain two actions together the way a real person actually uses the app. Check off a task, then immediately create a new one before the first request is finished. In one real session, the optimistic state from the first action never got cleared, and the new task momentarily renders with the previous one's checked styling before snapping to correct. Nobody catches this testing one action at a time, because it only exists in the transition between two actions happening in sequence, exactly what Video 17's off test never exercised, and exactly what a real 15-minute session on this app actually looks like. That's what today tests. Not individual clicks in isolation, but the real chain journey. Sign in once, land on the dashboard, open a project, create a task, watch it appear, check it off, delete it, rename the project. One continuous session, the way state actually leaks or holds up between steps. Let's get into it. Why chain tests catch different bugs? State that only breaks in sequence. Video 17's tests each start from a clean page load. Fine for auth, where every test genuinely is an isolated event. But most of what a real Taskmaster session actually is one continuous sequence of actions on the same page. Create, toggle, delete, rename, all without a reload in between. Bugs in shared client state. Stale closures, unreset optimistic values, listeners that don't clean up. Only ever show up when actions run back to back, in the order a person would actually do them. Sharing setup with fixtures. Step 1, a signed-in fixture. Every test in this file needs to start already signed in. Repeating the login flow at the top of 6 different tests is exactly the kind of duplication that quietly drifts out of sync with itself. Playwright fixtures extend the base test with setup that runs once per test, cleanly. E2E fixtures.ts. Import test as base, expect from @playwright_test. Export const test is base.extend. Signed in page, async app page, HOAT page, await page.getByLabel, email, address, owner@test.com, await page.getByLabel password, fill correct password, await page.getByRole button, name sign in, click await expect page to have URL/dashboard, await use page, write expect, async await use page is the handoff. Everything before it is set up, everything after a test runs is teardown. Every test that asks for signed-in page gets a browser that's already authenticated, without a single copy-pasted login block anywhere in the actual test files. Testing the chain journey. Step 2. Dashboard project task creation. E2E core workflow.spec.ts. Import test expect from @playwright_test. Test. A signed-in user can open a project and create a task. Async @page.page to a getByRole.link, name, launch plan. Click await expect page to have URL. Projects.doc, await page.getByLabel new task. .fill, write the launch email. Await page.getByRole button, name add task. Click await expect page.getByText, write the launch email. Step 3. Toggling immediately after creating. Test. Toggling a task right after creating another does not leak optimistic state. Async with account AG. Await page.getByRole, link. Name, launch plan. Click. Await page getByLabel new task. Fill first task. Await page getByRole button. Name add task. Click. Const first checkbox. Checkbox. Name first task. Await first checkbox check. Await page getByLabel new task. Fill second task. Await page getByRole button. Name add task. Click. Const second checkbox. Checkbox. Name second task. Await expect second checkbox. Not to be checked. Await expect first checkbox. To be checked. This is the test that catches the cold opens bug directly. It's structured to check a box and then immediately create a second task before asserting anything, forcing the exact sequence where leftover optimistic state from the first action would bleed into the second one, instead of giving useOptimistic time to quietly settle between actions the way an isolated test would. Step 4. Deletion and rename test. Deleting a task removes it. Renaming a project updates the dashboard. Async with account AG. Await page getByRole link. Name, launch plan. Click. Await page getByLabel, new task. Fill temporary task. Await page getByRole button. Name, add task. Click. Await page getByRole list item. Filter. Has text temporary task. GetByRole button. Name delete. Click. Await expect page getByText temporary task. Not to be visible.
Await page get by role button, name edit project. Click. Await page get by label project name fill launch plan v2. Await page get by role button, name save. Click. Await page go to dashboard. Await expect page get by text launch plan v2 to be visible. The final navigation back to dashboard matters. It's not enough that the rename appears to work on the project page itself. Following through to where the name is supposed to show up next, exactly like a real person checking their work, is what actually proves revalidate tag from video 12 invalidated the right cached entry. Note, every test in this file builds on the last action within itself. That's deliberate, not sloppy test isolation. Auth flows in video 17 are correctly tested as independent events. A real work session is correctly tested as one continuous chain. Match the test shape to the thing it's actually verifying. Recap and call to action. The core Taskmaster journey is proven now, chained exactly the way a real session runs, opening a project, creating tasks, toggling one immediately after creating another, deleting, and renaming with the change confirmed back on the dashboard. This caught a real class of bug, leaking optimistic state across sequential actions that no isolated test at any layer built so far could have found. Video 19 goes looking for trouble on purpose. What happens when a viewer tries to do something they shouldn't, when a project doesn't exist, when the network fails mid-action, and when two people are looking at the same project at once?